Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of A Nation's Strength, a poem by Ralph Waldo Emerson. Ralph Waldo Emerson was an American essayist, lecturer, philosopher, abolitionist, and poet. He led the Transcendentalist movement of the mid-19th century. Walt Whitman referred to him as his master. His famous works are American Scholar, Self-Reliance, Nature. In this poem, A Nation's Strength, he asks rhetorical questions and also concludes saying what really is a nation's strength and what is not to be considered as a nation's strength. He has divided this poem into 6 stanzas and each stanza contains 4 lines. The rhyme scheme of this poem is AB, AB. Now come, let's go to what he says. What makes a nation's pillars high and its foundations strong? What makes it mighty to defy the foes that round it throng? So here in this stanza, he speaks about a nation as a building and he asks the questions like, what makes a nation's pillars high? What makes a nation's foundation strong? And what makes a nation mighty, that is strong enough to resist its enemies who are surrounding it and who are ready to damage it? And then he continues saying it is not gold, its kingdoms grand go down in battle shock. Its shafts are laid on sinking sand, not on abiding rock. So he says, if you think if the nation is filled with natural resources like gold, or if the nation is rich, then if you can think that the nation can be considered as grand, he says no, this is not the correct answer. If the country is rich and has a lot of natural resources, then what will happen is its enemies will only wait and attack it so strongly. And what will happen is the nation will become like something standing on a sinking sand. That is, any time the nation will be destroyed because the enemies will always be attacking the nation. But a nation which has to be strong must be like a rock. It should not be something which is standing on a sinking sand. And then he continues, is it the sword? As the red dust of empires passed away, the blood has turned their stones to rust, their glory to decay. Now here he asks another question. Is it the sword, that is it the strong soldiers in that country who make the nation strong? Here he says sword is actually power. If the king is a powerful king, if the nation is filled with lots of soldiers, then can we say that the nation is great? He then looks at the past and says that big empires who laid their foundation on blood and power, what about them now? He says that the blood which was shed for those kingdoms has now turned into stones, and these stones are turned to rust, and all the glory which the nation had at one time has decayed now. So we cannot say that this power will make a nation strong. Then he continues, and is it pride? Ah, that bright crown has seemed to nation sweet, but God has struck its luster down in ashes at his feet. So here he wonders whether it is the pride, whether the nation has something to feel very great about the king, great about the people, something like that. Because at that time all the other nations will be looking high upon this nation. And they will also feel proud of their power, their empire and their resources. But here the poet says, no pride is everlasting because God will not like it. And if anyone is going to feel proud about themselves, God has made them and their possessions come down to ashes at his feet. So a pride also is not something that can make a nation great. Then he says, not gold, but only men can make a people great and strong. Men who for truth and honor's sake stand fast and suffer long. So now he talks about the people. He says it is not the materialistic things but men. Only men can make the nation strong. Here men means men and women. So he says only the people of the nation can make the nation great and strong. And what sort of people can make the nation strong? People who stand and suffer for the sake of truth and honor. Only that people, only those people who stand and suffer will make the country strong and greater. And then he continues saying, brave men who work while others sleep, who dare while others fly, they build a nation's pillars deep and lift them to the sky. And he says, what sort of men will make the nation strong? Brave men who will work while others all are sleeping, who will face the problems when all others are running away. And according to the poet, he says, only these people make the foundation and the nation strong. And not only that, they will take their country to progress. To what an extent? To the skies. So, a nation's strength is great men. And he says that these great men make a nation great and strong. And he ends the poem here. It's a beautiful poem. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please say it in the comments. Like the video, share to your friends. And if you're not subscribed my channel, please subscribe. Thank you.